trapped a glowing rad roach. This makes somewhat of a headlight for night travel, but a small bit of netting stretches between his actual canoe and his little makeshift extension. And this is like extra storage for like small bags and containers. And that's Mr. Canoe so far. I haven't actually come up with his inventory yet, but I do know it's going to be up to rarity 2 items, so there'll be some good starting level stuff for us to pick through, and eventually he'll just be somebody we sell a lot of crap to.
Yeah. All right, well, greetings and welcome to the table in the tavern. We're hanging out waiting for another one of our players to join up before we go ahead and get started this evening, but we're going to be hanging out, listening to a little bit of Mad Existence, and waiting for the rest of our party to get here. We're playing some Marvel Multiverse, or I guess it's Marvel 616 in the Marvel Multiverse, doing some Xavier School for the Gifted. Welcome you to join us. Meanwhile, we're just chit-chatting about a little bit of upcoming stuff that we're excited about, that being Fallout. If you want, Damon, please continue. Tell us more.
Yeah, I'm just fleshing out the lake area that we kind of reside in, just so we have a point of reference for a lot of the stuff that we'll be doing, but I'm hoping to kind of get some out-of-town players as well to join us, some online folk at some point to get some that feel of strangers in the area, complete strangers, you know. I think that, right? I think that'd be a fun little bit. Mm-hmm. But yeah, just kind of fleshing out characters and settlements and monsters, because the books do offer a lot of cool monsters, but there's a ton in the game still that haven't yet made it to print, so I just want to throw whatever I can at you guys.
Right on.
But it's been pretty fun. Pretty fun turning the local area into the Fallout universe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what we're pretty much doing is Damon had come to me a while ago talking about wanting to do a Fallout game at a local venue, being his house. And he's been slowly turning his basement into a gaming area, or his crafting area into a gaming area. And also putting together a remarkable, server with a whole bunch of stuff for Fallout. It'd be really cool to do. Much like what he's got over here on the Marvel Multiverse, he's just got all kinds of stuff, little adventures, and just the scope of what he's put together is amazing. Man, he's always just at it, putting more and more content into it. It's pretty cool. I can't wait to get started on some of the Fallout stuff myself. I've been playing a lot of Fallout 4.
Same here.
Yeah, I've got about a day and a half.
But only for like half an hour to an hour, and I was like done with it after that. I got bored.
Really? Okay. I got about a day and a half of gameplay in on my latest run. Managed to take the castle within the first day of gameplay.
Nice.
And well, at least day as far as time. Wasn't the first day I sat down. I went across the Commonwealth and claimed the castle. No, that's insane. But within the first 24 hours of me actually playing, I had castle actually claimed. But doing the Minuteman playthrough, right now it's very tedious, though. I haven't been streaming me running around the Commonwealth and tending to all the settlers doing all that stuff and doing all the building and crap like that all entails. But the result of it, that's different. I have artillery now set up pretty much throughout most of the Commonwealth. At least I have a pretty good canvas of the Commonwealth, as it were. I'm going to continue adding artillery at different settlements as I continue to claim them. I'm using Sanctuary as a staging point for my materials, and then just go over there and grab the materials I need, and then bring them over to the settlement, build the stuff, blah, blah, blah. Pretty self-explanatory. But also the monotony of keeping them all happy. I've learned, rather than just putting up recruitment settlements all over the place, I have a couple of recruitment settlements which recruit people. That way I can control the populations in a lot of these places.
Yeah.
Keeping them becoming too big,
Yeah. Yeah, Brian, I think after we play the tabletop version, you'll give the video game a retry. It's a super fun story, man.
30 minutes of Fallout 4 isn't nearly enough. Okay, I'm just saying. That's like you woke up probably out of the ice, and doesn't even sound like you left the vault.
I did get outside.
Yeah.
I do remember that. I did get outside and was able to wander around for a bit.
Okay. But you were just like, nope, not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. First person shooters, it kind of goes along with that genre, and that's not really for everyone.
I don't like first person shooters, but I love Fallout.
I love first person shooters like Call of Duty as a 50-50, but Destiny 2 is a big one for me.
Yeah.
Right on.
I love it's the depth of the game that makes it appealing to me, as far as my abilities to go from around different areas of the wasteland and like build different stuff or whatever. That's kind of cool for me, whatever kind of, I don't know. I don't know. It just feeds a certain part of my soul.
It's one game I really like to play is Horizon Forbidden West. That's a really cool game. You get to fight like machine animals, I guess you could say. A bunch of machine robots. It's like a big old storyline, a big one.
Once I finish up, I'll try to finish up tonight with preparations, but I'm pretty much set to where I can just drive a nail through different raider outposts with artillery. I've already went over and did that to one particular area, just as a test run. I don't know if you're familiar by North Hagen Beach. There's the track where they have all the robots that are running around the track. Okay. Well, I covered that thing in artillery shells. Yeah. It was awesome.
That's awesome. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just started a fresh playthrough. I corrupted my original file with mods. I was like, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, I ended up doing a restore on my computer not long ago. And I don't know. But yeah, I ended up basically, even after that, I ended up restarting my Fallout thing. So it's all it was all fresh when I got back on there. I didn't have any of my save files on it. I have a zip drive over here, or a thumb drive over here, with a whole bunch of the stuff that I had done previously with all those big arenas and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've still got that footage. I need to do some stuff with it. Yeah. I still think about doing that little video at Drowning Pool. Except I got to find new software. Wondershare just wants too much for me to use their software regularly. And so I need to find some software that, is more affordable. That way I can do video edits on there.
That's what's up.
Because I don't do the video edit enough to want to pay a regular subscription like that, $20 a month for, doing that. I mean, if I was doing it regularly, sure, and I was for a little while, but not lately. It's just, yeah. It's nice to have, but yeah, I don't need it. Where is Chris? I'm on my way home. Be on shortly. Okay. That was at 9 o'clock. Okay. So, all right. Let's go ahead and get started with what we have. Okay. Best way to start our way forward is by taking a look backward, as I like to say. So we're gonna do a little recap before you press forward. Does anyone have any thing they would like to recount about the last session we had? I know you weren't there for that, Damon. You were doing Father's Day stuff.
Yeah, it was either that or it was my wife's birthday.
Yes,
one of those. Right. I was going to say, I was like, I don't remember last session.
Yeah.
I do have a question though. Does my character still receive the getting schooled like advancement even though my character wasn't there, or are we ruling that?
Yeah, still gain your advancement point. I want to keep you guys all on the same scale. Okay.
All right.
So there was a couple of sessions that Chris wasn't able to make it. I just told him to do the same thing with his. So that way everyone just remains on the same scale. So that should finish up your guys' actual like rank 2, like officially. You guys are full-fledged rank 2 superheroes, and you guys should be dipping into rank 3 now. Okay. As it were. Yes, Cody. At the end of the session, there was something about the shield, but okay. Whole climax for your storyline there, Cody. You remember any of it? How about you there, Brian? Do you remember anything about the last session?
Oh.
Okay. All right. So yes, okay. All right. Yeah, you guys ended up fighting the Red Knight and stopped the Red Lord from yeah. He did do that. Okay. That had a little bit more to do than just I guess I'll explain. All right. So you guys traveled around looking for different, people to train you in this, that, and the other. Along that road, you found Nightcrawler. Okay, and trading with Nightcrawler, you guys ended up going and fighting this whole thing with Quasimodo. Okay, and slowly but surely, also made your way to a facility where Chris's sister was being held for some next gen something or other. Okay. And as it turns out, all of that was orchestrated by this Red Knight, this Knight of Entropy. He was building a body for the Red Lord to inhabit here in the material plane. Okay. And that bioorganism would not only be, an bioorganism, but it would also have the abilities to plug into basically the net, the mainframe, and be able to reach out and control other things. It's kind of like the beginnings of Skynet, making something like, not only just like an artificial intelligence, but artificial intelligence with a consciousness, because the body itself, they could make a body for the Red Lord, but no mind could hold the consciousness of a cosmic entity. And so they created this AI in order to, with help of Quasimodo, of course, to essentially make his brain. That's what they had Quasimodo for.
Almost like Ultron.
Almost like Ultron. Right. And of course, in place of Ultron, it was going to be the Red, with just entropy in the flesh. But yeah, you guys ended up coming and save the day. Stop the bad guy, and destroy the creation. Thwarted the villains. And along this tangent of you every so often disappearing with members of the faculty, and sometimes without, sometimes letting people of the school know what you were doing, and sometimes not. The school itself has been put into a tough situation, and they had told you guys about that too. Do you guys remember about that? You guys were given an ultimatum. 3 options.
Are you talking about when we were told we could stay at the school and we wouldn't be able to leave without permission, and we couldn't do that anymore? We could go join East Brigade, or we could become Shield 8 operatives in some type of capacity.
That is correct.
I knew it had something to do with Shield, at least.
Right. So I think that primarily you guys were. It sounds like you guys are leading Shield, and that's cool. Okay. That's perfectly fine. But before we get there, there's the matter of your final exam. Okay. And so you guys are led down into the danger room once more. And I forget. As the image in the danger room renders, you find yourselves, yes, we are in roll 20. If everyone does not have roll 20, I will go ahead and provide it here. Yeah. And then you know what I'll do is I'll take this and I'll move this over here. Then I'll take this. I'll leave this over here. Okay. Of course, I'll have to change the thing I'm streaming. All right. Stop streaming that. Start streaming. Okay. All right. So yes. All right. We'll just use that. Okay. So you guys end up finding yourselves in a familiar little program. I bet you guys can guess what's coming. So, rendering before you, standing up out of the rubble, comes erect a sentinel, a single sentinel. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. So, with no further ado, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I got an 11 standard.
11 standard.
21 for Lee.
18 standard.
What was yours there, Cyclone, Brian?
11.
Lee, and is that correct? You both have 11?
No, I rolled a 21.
Okay, somehow I got that. Okay. I listed you down as 11. All right. And a 14 fantastic. Does anyone else have a fantastic roll?
No.
Okay. Let's go and observe our as the sentinel first begins to appear. Go ahead and do your surprise round. Cody, what are you doing? So, there we go. So, yeah, she'd have a damage reduction of a 2. That's correct. All right. If that finishes up your fantastic round, what is your does that end your turn? Or is there anything else you're doing? Okay. All right. Let me go. Just give me 1 second. And that will bring us to you there, Lee. You see the sentinel standing before you. And you see, of course, your friend, the Green Knight, immediately opens up with a bolt of lightning that goes off and hits the sentinel, staggering him back briefly. What would you like to do?
I will move forward as far as I can and activate my attack stance. And that will wrap up my turn.
Okay. All right, you take your attack stance, preparing yourself for combat, and that will bring us to Jason. Man.
Okay. I can move. My movement is 5. All right, 5 spaces. Do.
Should be able to move your token, but if not, let me know.
I'm gonna move over to here, and is the sentinel standing or flying?
Standing.
Just standing over there.
That is correct, sir.
Okay. I'm gonna try to grab the sentinel using my levitation. Levitate others. Trying to pick him up and put him in kind of a laying down position while in the air, so he'd be looking up and not at us.
Can you do that to an object that's larger than you?
I can. I don't think that matters, but sure. Let me hang on.
What does it say in your thing?
Can lift others into the air.
Others.
Yeah. So other individuals. So I'm gonna look and see. It's funny. Group levitation doesn't tell me anything there about it, and telekinetic character.
So it does. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. You know what? It's fine. Okay.
I'm gonna look at.
We'll assume size doesn't enter into it. However, okay, that normally works with like everyone just wants you to lift them into the air. The Sentinel doesn't. So,
Okay, so
there is a roll.
So it'd be telekinetic manipulation then. Why am I not getting any of the info for the character powers? I'm logged in. What is going on with my character sheet?
I don't know. I'm having trouble with Demi Plate on my end too. I don't know what's going on.
That is very weird. Very strange. Okay, so either way, it's either one. It's 5 focus. So I'll just do it as a telekinetic attack because I can just grab it and hold it in the air. I'm just trying to do it where it doesn't have the ability to move forward. It's not. I want to hold the air in place.
No, I totally 100% understand what you want to do. The question is whether or not you're able to do that because he gets an opposing thing to your. He defends against your attacks. I need you to make your attack.
I rolled my roll. I have 13 standard. I probably did not get what I needed.
Once again, I'm waiting on Jimmy Plane to help me out here.
Yeah. Yeah, I did it as telekinesis and telekinetic instead of levitation. When they're both, it's both. What the hell? Interesting.
Yeah.
I just got a 504 gateway timeout error for Demi.
Yeah, I think there's an issue on Demi. Is anyone else having an issue with Demi?
Yeah, mine's not wanting to load either, so I just exited it out and trying to log back in. Now it's taking forever to log.
Yeah, there's something going on with Demi Plane. All right.
Yeah, because I had started working on while we're doing this. I started building the other character while we're playing because I didn't have time to do it in the meantime, and so that page is up and it's fine, but the page with the mayhem page just totally crashed. I'm trying to get it to come back up now.
Yeah, I'm gonna start streaming that just for a second. Let me see if I can bring this up. And the setting up right up there. So, all right. So you're going against ego. Is that correct?
Well, I roll a logic. I'm not
Logic.
sure.
Okay.
I
And
don't
so,
know what I'm attacking against.
okay. I just need to. You said 13.
13 standard, yeah.
Okay. So that's successful.
All right. Like I said, I'm not doing damage. I'm just grabbing it, pulling it up in the air, and like pushing it backwards, so it's basically facing up. And that would end my turn.
Okay, we understood.
I'm doing this to try to prevent it from being able to attack us.
Okay. All right. Is that going to end your turn?
That does end my turn.
Okay. We'll bring this up back after you guys here.
I moved 5 spaces up to the corner over there where I could use that little area as cover if I needed to. And I'm waiting for my character sheet to come back up.
I can't even look at mine. It keeps saying 504 gateway timeout error.
That's exactly what mine crashed,
Yeah.
said, and it's been just spinning ever since.
I'm trying
might
to
just-
get it on my phone right now, and it's not even wanting to load on my phone.
Yeah, well, I gotta say, we may be at the whim of D&D Beyond this week, or not D&D Beyond, Demiplane this week. Jeez. Okay.
Well, I have my character wrote down on paper.
You got your character wrote down on paper, okay? As long as you guys can access your characters or have a basic idea of what they can do, it'll be fine. I'll continue running it, this way. I do have a Sentinel up. I just won't refresh that page. Hopefully all of its things work too. We'll see. If not, no.
Yeah, I just got it. It just gave me the error code again. That is weird.
Yeah.
It could be trying to fix that problem that we've been noticing with the
possible.
angry and all like vicious attack and stuff like that.
Could be.
The really crazy thing is, it's still letting me build this other character.
I don't know. We'll see. It made. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so if that ends your turn, Jason, that brings us to the Green Knight. Okay, and mine's fine, Cody says. So go ahead and it is your turn, Cody. What would you like to do?
I love you. Yes, I do. I love you.
Okay. All right, so you bind the Sentinel. Okay. Does he get a save against that?
Yeah, I see. I love on you, Dad. I see.
Okay. Okay.
Stop. Don't do it. It hurts.
On his turn, you mean, right? On his turn, he can try to break free. Okay. All right. Thank you. Will that end your turn? Okay. All right. that brings us to Cyclone.
I'm gonna move over. Hold on. I'm gonna move over here, and then I am going to use my electrical burst, and I'm gonna shoot a bolt of lightning at him.
Okay. I want to see that. Roll your lightning. Very big guy.
In a second to get my dice out. I got a 16 standard.
All right. 16 standard should connect. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. It is your go. What's the damage on that? It is a DR of 2.
That'll be 8.
Okay.
If I did the math right, that is.
All right. Let's see if this will let me. Let's take a chance here. Let's see if this will let this. No, still not working on it. Okay, that's fine. I'll just have to keep things on me. Okay. So far, what was your damage there?
I got an 8.
8. Okay, very good. And his was 12. Okay. So I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I'll just list it down on a piece of paper. Does that end your turn, buddy?
Yeah.
So what we're going to end up doing here is we're going to try to break out of this these bonds of a Sirak. Oh, don't do it to me. No, it's reloading.
Mine reloaded.
Okay, it seems to be working. Oh Jesus, that has had me so worried there. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna attempt to break free of your bonds. Okay, and I need to roll a. You say it's a 20 melee check to break free. Is that correct? All right. Well, he does. So he bursts himself free from the bindings as you see them shatter. But that's going to essentially end his turn. Okay.
I'm still holding him on his back, hanging in the air there, right?
Sure. He's in the air. He was bonded. You know, he's no longer has the bindings on him, but he's still in the air. Sure.
Stop.
Okay. And that's going to essentially end the Sentinel's turn here. Okay. As we bring it back up to top of initiative with Lee.
I would like to move up to the Sentinel and try to make a strike.
Okay. All right. So How far? What is your movement?
Standard, so I think it'd just be 5 spaces.
All right. So they're roughly like 80, 90 feet from you. Okay. So your 5 feet or 5 movement's going to get you about a third of the way there. It is also up in the air right now because one of your friends has it levitating. Okay.
Did I?
We'll say that
last round, did I not get moved up for that as well?
sure.
He did move up.
Okay, that's fine. It's cool. That he's still up in the air. He's about 30 feet in front of
Okay.
Okay. He's like I don't know how far up off the ground he is from Chris. He never really said how far he was lifting him, but I'm assuming he's just up off the ground, right?
Yeah. Like maybe 10 feet off the ground.
10 feet. Okay.
10 feet. And it looks like Sigourney Weaver laying above the covers, 5 feet above the covers from Ghostbusters.
Okay. So you're laying horizontal.
Yeah, face up.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to do, Lee?
Come here. Come here.
There's nothing I really can do, so I'm just gonna end my turn there.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Jason. You have the Sentinel levitating. It is broken free of these bonds. You're not sure that what would you like to do?
Well, I've kind of the telekinetic deal I'm using is concentration based, so I probably need to. I'm making sure that I'm right. No, the levitation was concentration. No, it is. It is concentration. All right, so I'd like to. Are there? We're obviously at a intersection of a city block deal. How is the area that we see on the map? Is that all the space that we have in this danger room deal?
Okay. You're asking me if there's more to the world than what you see here? Yes.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on. Absolutely. There's a full world that you can see, okay? An entire cityscape. Whether or not you can get there is a completely different thing because it is, a hologram. It only has so much room, but is there something you have in mind that I may be able to help with?
Well, I'd like to introduce him to like the ruined building to the right of him, and see if I can just slam him down into that ruined building.
Is there anything else?
I'd like to hold him down there, laying on his back.
All right, so you're gonna slam him onto
I'm gonna move him.
Okay.
I'm gonna move him into there.
Okay, that's fine.
And using the telekinesis, I'm just gonna take him and smack him down right there. And I'm gonna try to just hold him there. I might. That's gonna be my action. And I guess I'm doing the same thing again with the telekinetic deal.
Yeah, it's still an attack.
Yeah. So rolling that, and it's a 15 standard this time.
Okay. So you managed to slam him into the wall. How much damage are we doing there?
Yeah, I'm trying to slam him inside that building, so he's almost like. I guess this building is kind of like a dumpster, and he's like a giant, and it would just be half.
I'm trying to get an answer from you, bud. How much damage does that do?
Okay, I'm sorry. So, does he have damage reduction?
Of a 2.
of 2. So it's doing 5 points of damage.
All right. Will that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay.
But I will be like holding him down.
I understand. I completely understand.
All right, cool.
I understood it the first time you said it. Okay. Let me tell you 6 more times. Make sure you heard me say the thing. Stop. It is the Green Knight's turn.
Did I mention I was holding him down?
You did mention you were holding him down. I think you mentioned something about slamming him in the building and then holding him down.
Maybe. I think I did.
All right. Okay. Very good. 18 standard. Very good. Will that end your turn?
Me? Yes.
Okay. No, not talking to you. I was talking to Cody. He's the non-vocal player.
True. I'm sorry.
Okay. Very good. Then in that case, that brings us to Cyclone.
I'm gonna move a little bit closer to him. So I'll be going. I'm gonna go right up over here, and then I'm gonna do my signature move, the tornado, and start spinning him around.
Okay.
And I got a 16 for that.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to build a tornado over there. That's what you're wanting to do, right?
Yep.
Okay. So I actually have something I prepared today just for this occasion. If I can find it. Aha. So, I'll send to the back. That way the cyclone is behind him. But yeah. So there is what's the size of this thing? Does it ever say in the book what size of this thing is?
Give me 1 second to it can cover 50 spaces per rank 2, so about 100 spaces since we're rank 2s. Working on rank 2.
You say it covers 100 spaces?
50 spaces per rank.
Okay. And you're doing it all the way, of course.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's going to be big. All right. It's going to be really big. So it's all up in the space, okay? That's just something else for Lee to contend with. Just wants so hard just to punch this thing. He just wants so hard just to punch this. Okay. Will that end your turn, Cyclone? Was that a yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. Once again, our Sentinel has broken free of the deal. Okay, and we're gonna observe a little movement now that my character sheet works again. Okay. And looks like we can fly 24 spaces. We're gonna do that. So we're gonna fly like over here and land. Okay. So we're gonna try to we're I don't know if I have to resist both of you or one of you or all of you or whatever. But he rolled a melee. He rolled a 19. Okay, for his melee. All right.
But
I don't know if that. I'm trying to make sure I'm not abusing your power, okay? Because he's trying to break free of whatever is restraining him. That would be the bonds, and of course the
telekinetic manipulation.
okay.
And this one. Let me see this one. Hang on a second. So it says on here that if for the whole levitate and all that deal is if I telekinetic grab them first, which I did, then I can levitate them around. I don't know what they have to do. Telekinetic manipulation. I'm looking. Okay, so it's a logic check against opponent's agility defense. So it's, I guess I make a logic check against its agility defense.
Well, you did that on your turn. Okay, you were trying to hold him down. He's trying to remove himself from being held by you.
Yeah,
Okay, in that case, he moves. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how to. So it says if someone tries to prevent the character from taking control of the character makes a logic check against it. Yeah, it just says if the trying to prevent this, the character makes a logic check against the opponent's agility defense. That's all it says. So, and it's a concentration deal, so I don't know how it would work moving forward. So I guess I don't know. I'm not sure. I do not know enough about all the mechanics to be able to answer that question. Okay. I'd say based on his success roll or whatever else, he's probably broken free.
Okay. Can you send me over your character sheet there, Cody?
He's like, no character sheet for you. Just kidding.
Unless you have already and I have it somewhere and I don't realize it. Okay. Okay. Trying to find your bonds of a Surak. Copy it from who?
Phew. Let's see what
Any power at all. Can you show me that? I'm trying to find it on your sheet. That says you're allowed to copy any power, whether you seed it or not.
Yeah, it's a hex power. It's under magic.
Okay.
It's called
My
powerful
character-
hex.
I'm trying to find. Okay,
My-
thank you. Okay. Looking
my
for
character-
look so I could actually see it and read it, because this is something I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, my character has it in the other game too.
Okay. No, I'm reading it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just making. I just have to know. You're using things that I didn't know existed, and so this is one of those things. All right. So he's unable to break the bonds, but it doesn't show that it restricts him from moving. Right? And now I'm looking for the bonds of a Sirac. It has a TN of a 20. Okay. Can you show me that, pretty please, with sugar on top? Just so I'm not abusing the game, just so I don't feel like I'm abusing it.
With sugar on top. He asked nicely. I mean,
I'm trying not to cheat the Sentinel here.
Yeah, it's on page 90 of the core rulebook.
Thank you.
Crimson Bands of Sidorak Magic Power Set, rank 3. It says on an attack, if it's successful, the Crimson Bands paralyze the target. On a fantastic success, they're also pinned. Breaking the bands requires a melee
check of a 20. Okay. All right. Thank you. That's all I needed. All right. So he's still bonded. And he's pinned. He can't move. Okay. All right. Okay. So vague when you're typing just a few words in to tell me what you're doing, Cody. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's my fault. All right. Is that gonna? And so that he's unable to break the bonds. Okay, so he's gonna remain in there. Okay. That brings us to the top of initiative, which is Lee.
Is the Sentinel on the ground?
I don't believe the Sentinel has been on the since the first round. I mean, I guess so. I mean, according to the Crimson Bands of Sirac, it's pinned. So apparently, yes. I'm gonna go with yes. It's just a big old cyclone of whatever around the whole area now.
Alright. I'll just Kind of get back in a flanking position and just kind of hold my reactions just in case anything goes down. And that'll end my turn.
All right, Jason, that brings us to you. What are you doing?
Well, he's still all like wrapped up, so I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna hit him. Oh, he's still over there in the cyclone, huh?
Yeah, I was trying to find out. I needed more than just I'm doing this. You know, I needed a little bit more to what actually happens with the actual things that are being used. You know what I mean? I didn't have anything in front of me to show me what is happening. You know what I mean? So I just need a little bit more help so I can make sure I made the proper determination.
I'm gonna use a telekinetic attack on his head region and start actually attacking him now that we're holding him down.
Okay.
So it's a 12 standard this time.
And you're attacking his what now?
I'm attacking like his head, like I'm just trying to smash him.
Okay.
A base telekinetic attack.
Okay.
Like I said, it's a 12 standard. I don't know if that's gonna.
I think so. Telekinetic, which would be, I guess, is agility. I guess, is that right?
Yes.
So that'll hit.
Okay. And a 2 reduction. So I'm doing 7 points. 7 points of damage because of his damage reduction. He's a pain in my butt. And I'm going to move.
I'm gonna switch this over here. Put this over there. So I don't have to stream stuff. Unnecessary wear.
I moved you there. All right, there we go. And that will end my turn.
Okay.
About chipping away.
Little by little. Okay. If that ends your turn, Jason, then that brings us to the Green Knight. Are you still all the way down here on the bottom there, Cody? Did you never move? You're just standing down there? Okay. Five spaces. Okay. And so you're just holding the bonds. Okay. All right. Is that in your turn then? Okay. All right. That brings us to Cyclone.
First, I'm gonna stop the tornado that I've done. Stop that firstly. And then I'm gonna move up to here once. And now I'm gonna use my new move that I just learned. It doesn't specifically state that I can use it this way. It's weather chill. All it says that The temperature in an area roughly a mile across falls as low as 0 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
I'm basically going to try and freeze him, is what I'm basically going to try and do.
Okay. Sounds good to me. You're going to try to freeze. Very good.
Yep. Yeah, so I'm just going to blast ice out of my hands, basically.
All right. Okay. Making it. I guess go ahead and make an attack. Remember, he has a DR of a 2 if you're attacking yourself.
Okay. Just a second. I got a 12.
This will be. I guess he can't really move anyway. Right now, so I'm going to say that definitely hit. He has an agility of only a 9. He's a big target. You definitely hit. You just have to observe that DR of a 2.
That'll pretty much end my turn for now.
Is there a total of? Is there any damage that's done by this? Is there any way I can measure how much freezing you've done to him?
According to the effects, it just says I can freeze an area up to a mile to 0 degrees.
Okay, and so you're just trying to.
Slowing down, I guess you could say.
You know what? I'm gonna. Okay. There we go. I like that. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna modify what you're doing, just slightly. Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of you trying to do an area, say you're trying to kind of keep it on him. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. Just him.
Yeah. You made a roll, right? Of some, and it was good. It was a good roll. So what I'm going to say is yes. He's going to lose. I'll say he's unable to take reaction for the time being, as long as you maintain that. Okay, he's unable to take reaction. So he hasn't been able to really do much reactions right now. Anyway, but we'll say that's what's going on with him. Okay. Want to observe it somehow. It's a pretty cool idea. All right. If that ends your turn.
Yep.
Okay, that brings us to the colossal creature. I'm going to try to once again break through. I guess it would be in non-combat technically. So 15. He's unable to break through the bond. So the bonds are holding, and that's gonna keep him kind of maintained there, guys. I'm gonna say all attacks, probably would have like if you're trying to. I know Lee, you're about to go up and make it against him. I'm going to say any like physical attacks of that nature are going to have edge because he can't really move. You know what I mean? That will bring us top of initiative. I know, Lee, you've been waiting to punch this thing. I moved your character up to him. I know you're going to want.
All right.
Punch him in the face for us, if you can reach it.
So you find the in the rubble, the Sentinel bonded with these, the binds of what was it, the Crimson Bonds of Asurak, and he's struggling with those as he's in this rubble. And you just come up. What's your deal? And you can also see that he's all covered in, or ice is starting to grow like out of him.
Awesome. And you said I get edge on this roll?
Yes, you do.
Nice. All right. Well, that will make it 19 fantastic.
That is definitely going to succeed. Yeah. All right. Remember, he has a DR of a 2.
Oh yeah. So that'll be 18 times 2, so 36 points of damage.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I just want to say that so far the party has managed to do 25, 32 points. You just walked up and did more than the entire party has done in 2 turns.
Nice.
One punch. All right, so you definitely caught up for lost time. All right. That brings us to Jason. And by the way, Lee, as you punch this thing, you can see that the armored shell of its body is starting to give way under your the strain.
Cool.
All right, Jason, aka Chris, aka Drake, aka it's your turn.
Yep, I move in a little closer, and I'm gonna keep pounding on him telekinetically. It feels so good.
Yeah, I had a feeling that whatever you were gonna do is gonna be telekinetic in nature.
I mean, once I get the thing where I can teleport around him really fast and beat the crap out of him, I might try. I don't have that yet.
Okay. All right. So make an attempt here then.
It's an 18 standard.
18 standard. Okay. That's against its agility defense. This is a success.
So it's to be 11 points because of the damage reduction.
I guess I could be sharing this to you guys on the Discord so you guys can still see it. You guys can see what's going on there. Those of you that don't have the abilities. So what was the total damage? I apologize.
11.
11.
Because of the damage resistance.
Okay, very good. If that ends your turn, that brings us to the Green Knight. You see that your bonds are still holding. Cody, as you see your party closing in. Okay. All right. That'll bring us to the Cyclone.
I am gonna use my electrical burst on him, shoot a bolt of lightning at him.
All right.
I rolled a 17, fantastic.
That is going to hit. Remember to observe that 2 of the damage reduction and let me know what you got.
Okay. I got 13.
With a fantastic?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. That's the way it goes. All right. Is there any remarkable effects that happen on a fantastic for that lightning?
It stuns the target for 1 round.
There we go. Okay. Normally there's something. And Damon, there wasn't anything with your fantastic. It was just double damage, right?
Yeah, just double damage.
Just making sure. Okay. All right. And that brings us to the Sentinel's turn, which is getting pounded on right now. Okay. I'm going to do a little math. 20. 16. 8. 9. Wow. We're getting there. Since I have this as a copy now, let's see what we've done. 12. So that's 31, 32. Sorry.
Excuse me, I did my damage wrong. I did the math on my damage wrong. I'm sorry, I did 0. I did the math wrong.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
You sure?
Yeah, I did the math wrong.
On a fantastic.
Yeah,
Do you not have a multiplier higher than 2? Is that what's going on there?
yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly it.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, aside from that, you guys have done some smashing to him. What was 150 points of HP has been dwindled down to under 70, which is good. It's up less than half. He's going to struggle once again to try to free himself from the binds. Let's see if he's successful. He rolls a 15 again. That is successful. Okay. I don't really think he has anything else he can do. Unfortunately, not really. All right. And so that's going to bring us top of initiative with Lee. Lee, you're there. He's looking Gabby.
Awesome. I'm gonna punch him again.
Yeah.
Awesome. That'll be 21 fantastic.
21 fantastic. Well, that's amazing. Go ahead. Observe that damage reduction and let me know what you got.
It'll be the same amount of damage, 36.
Wow. Nice. Okay. That's pretty good. Okay. You seeing that his shell is coming apart and starting to see the internal components as you break through its outer shell there, David. That does bring us to Jason. This Sentinel is looking worse for wear.
Does it now?
It certainly does.
Is my friend still standing next to this thing?
On it.
On it. Okay. All right. And we've been pounding all over it, right?
Oh yeah.
All right, I'm gonna just pound it in the head again. One of these times I'm gonna maybe dislodge something. It'll be really cool. So let's try this again.
I'm actually shocked, surprised, flabbergasted, blown away. Here I provide a map with cars.
I can't. I was gonna do that, but he's on top of him, and I don't want to throw a car at him.
I'm just saying that this entire time, so I'm thinking about, you guys. I bet if I threw a couple cars in there at some point, Chris is going to take advantage of it. And
I was going to drop a car right on his head, but bro's standing on top of him right now.
No, it's cool. It's cool. No,
I don't want to hit him.
If the bandit there, you would have thrown a few cars.
Yeah.
I mean, quick phase.
Oh, right. Yeah, you can quick face.
You can literally throw the car through me.
Okay, then I am going to throw a car down onto this boy's head.
Okay,
The
you just
car-
make sure he knows it's coming. You know, don't do like Damien from Batman. Be like, he always blocks it.
Yeah, I give him a little like heads up. I even said it. That's what I say. As this car over here goes up into the air and takes an angle down towards the head, I'm like, heads up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm rolling my telekinetic attack yet again.
No, unfortunately, I did not make the ability to move the. But yeah, I did add them. But yeah, go ahead and make an attack.
So this is a 20 standard.
Okay, nice. That will be successful, of course.
Yep.
He ain't got a whole lot of HP left. He's hanging onto a thread.
So because of the damage reduction, I'm living at the 11 points of damage.
No, that is what it is. That is a third of his HP he had remaining. So there's something there. That brings us to
my
Cody. Right, that brings us to Cody. Cody, you can see this thing is looking a little worse for wear as a car is tossed at the Sentinel. Luckily, the Sentinel itself is large enough, and we'll say that you can hit the Sentinel without actually putting your friend in danger, and so you do. Okay. And Cody, what would you like to do? Of course, I'll move forward 5. Okay, so, and anything else? Things looking pretty worse for wear here. We'll say you're moving a little bit at a time. You can make your way up. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack with your sword. You kept this thing pinned the entire time, pretty much. All right, that will hit for sure. Okay, well, it doesn't have 40 HP left. So it combusts. It explodes, of course. And with that, you see the simulation, it glitches out and falls to a halt, and you see yourselves then in a silverish room, as it's mainly just a large room of like polished metal. It pretty much looks like, that's the way I imagine it. And which is probably not even like metal itself, but a whole bunch of like miniature screens that go over, making it appear to have a silverish complexion. But either way, the danger room, it comes to a halt as the door opens and images all fade away, and you see the members of the X-Men that come out and are like, well, I don't think any of you got a scratch in that entire fight, Cyclops says. And Wolverine pipes up and says, that's what I'm talking about, bub. Sometimes you save the scratches for those who need scratching, or whatever, something gruff. And everyone just kind of looks at Wolverine just like, you just like getting punched. Yeah, I kind of do. Anyway, they're appalled that you guys have made such a quick turn. Only a couple of weeks ago, you guys faced a Sentinel in this very danger room, and you guys got stalked. Okay, you guys have come a long way. Cyclops says. Okay, There is someone here that wishes to speak with you. Someone that's been watching your guys' event as well. And stepping into the room is Agent Coulson. He says, you guys have been a little bit of been on my radar for a little while dealing with this next gen and this Quasimodo business. Now seeing that the X-Men have done well of getting you guys prepared, I've asked Xavier for an opportunity to speak with you. And he had honored that. Basically, Agent Coulson makes you an offer. Okay? He says that some of your freedoms will be restricted here at the school because Xavier needs to protect his public image. But he sees that there's a lot of fire within your souls, very reminiscent of some of the younger X-Men. And to that end, I decided to step in, and I've talked to my higher ups, as it were, and there is a small group of team members. You could call them not quite the baby Avengers, but that's what some of our Shield are starting to call them. But training the next generation of Avengers, okay? Because the world is always going to need someone to strike back for them, okay? And I'd like to extend the invitation to come to that particular facility, school, if you will, to further your training. So that is essentially the question that Nick Fury has asked you. Okay.
You mean Agent Coulson?
Oh, sorry, Nick Fury. I said, yeah, Agent Coulson. Yeah, obviously. So the remainder of the X-Men, they exit the room, give you guys and Nick Fury the room, or Agent Coulson the room.
So we're supposed to decide right now what we want to do.
Well, you guys kind of did the last thing. But this is reaffirming that. The only reason why we're doing this right now is because you guys kind of said that you guys wanted to go with S.H.I.E.L.D.
Got it.
Of course, Damon wasn't there for that, and I wanted to give Damon the same shake that I did everyone else, you know?
Sounds cool.
So the options were pretty much like you laid it out at the beginning there, Chris. We're going to do a recap. You know, stay here at the school under a different, some different rules will be put in place because of your guys' activities. Go to East Brigade and train and or work with them as the next East Brigade, as it were, or go with Nick Fury or Agent Coulson and Nick Fury and S.H.I.E.L.D. And do all that stuff. And so there it is. He tells you guys a little bit about the people that he has you guys basically I'll stop. What? He tells you about a group of heroes. Okay, a group of heroes that are eager to meet you. Okay. And In my notes.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
So, says, of course, there's Cassandra, known as Cass. She's the veteran trainee of the team. Our powers are energy channeling and absorption. She can absorb energy, electric, kinetic, heat, all kinds of different things, and release it. Release it as a blast or augment her strength of the energy. She's pretty level-headed, Colson says. A bit of a big sister to the other trainees. She tries to teach the others patience and control, but struggles with her own temper, and when she gets pushed a little too far, which we try to push you guys beyond your boundaries. She was a former street-level vigilante before I recruited her. After stopping a powered gang in her hometown city alone, she has some scars emotionally and physically from that that she hides under a more confident exterior. Says there's Zeke or Ezekiel Torres. He's pretty young, only about 19 years old. Electrokinetic speedster. He can generate electricity and move at high speeds, but struggles with control. Tends to leave electrical chaos in his wake. Personality's a bit loud and impulsive, cocky. I bet you'd like him, Jason. Acts before he thinks, but is fiercely loyal to his teammates and would never leave someone behind. He has a background of a former underground circuit racer. Actually, somehow unlocked his powers in a near-death experience, some sort of crash. We recruited him to keep him off the streets and to help guide his raw potential. There's, of course, Hannah. Hannah Oakley. Okay. A plant-based telepath and a biomanipulation. She can communicate and control plant life, sense environmental dangers, changes, and heal minor injuries using bioenergy. She's very soft-spoken and observant, almost eerie in her calmness. Kind of gives me the creeps sometimes, the way she stares at me, he says. Often speaks cryptically, but sees patterns and threats that some can overlook, he said. She was raised in a secluded temple garden by monks after being found as an orphan. Connected deeply with nature and discovered her gift very early. And we brought her on board as well. Well, we'd like to extend the opportunity to invite you guys to that particular group. Of course, it is getting a little bit around that time right now. I try not to keep you, Brian and Cody, up too late. Okay. This is getting to be about 11 o'clock. I don't want to start something else here. I'd rather save it for next session so we can get into it all together. Okay. Of course, I am at your will. I'll leave it up to you guys.
I think it's a good spot to wrap it up.
Yeah, what does everybody want to do about the shield thing? You guys want to have a conversation? Do we want to do that, or what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, everyone seems to be on board with the shield thing.
Is that the 3 other characters that would be our 3 teammates in that picture right there in the chat?
That is exactly correct. That's what that's the people that Coulson has been describing to. So, a question for you there, Chris. Continuing forward, when you first made your character, you made your character with a sister as well that you had hoped to be able to play as well. I don't know if this is the time where you wanted to tag off, switch over to her, leaving Jason maybe here at the. You could leave him here at the Xavier School for the Gifted. Maybe he decides to stay here, while your sister, maybe she's already working with them as she's been with S.H.I.E.L.D. this for a little while anyway, during this duration from the next gen stuff. I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, I'm working on that character now. So by the time 2 weeks rolls around and we get ready to play again, I'll touch base with you beforehand and we'll talk about it.
I'd appreciate that. Okay. Well, if nothing else, thank you guys all for the table in the tavern. Remember, be kind to each other as we're on this world together. And apparently we only get one.